Well, apparently you guys wanted to see a second video, so for episode 2, Mother's Day edition, we are cooking up beef short ribs. Here we go. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Smoke While You Drink, where the rubs and recipes are made up and the number of drinks don't matter. Today I am going to be cooking up some delicious aged black Angus beef short ribs. I picked these up at Wild Fork Foods, which is local to Miami in South Florida. They've been very good at providing me some awesome cuts. I'm going to go ahead and just pat this down, get some moisture off the top of it before we start trimming. Looks absolutely phenomenal though so far out of the package. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is trim right about here on all of these top surface fatty areas where there's what we'll call silver skin. While this meat does have some nice marbling in it and we do want to take advantage of the fat that's going to break down and help render and soften the meat, this top layer of fat here, the silver skin, isn't going to allow the smoke or rub to penetrate, so we're going to try and get that off the top. You can see, especially right here, where I'm getting the knife right underneath the fat, and I'm working from the center out so I have more control. You can see when I'm cutting these pieces away, I'm getting just barely the top surface, so I'm not losing any of the meat. We want to make sure that we keep all of that intact. You'll also notice in a few spots that the fat runs pretty deep, so don't worry about cutting away too much. The goal here is to just get some of the surface skin off here with this fat. Alright, once we have everything trimmed up and ready to go, we are going to lather this up with some Louisiana hot sauce. I got this tip from Aaron Franklin when I was doing some of my YouTube research figuring out how I was going to cook these bad boys today. I'm going to go ahead and rub this all over the sides, the top, even the back. The membrane that's connecting the ribs is not going to be getting any seasoning, but I am going to be leaving it on so it holds the ribs together as they cook today. I'm going to be doing 2 layers of seasoning. This first layer is my AP rub, which is just coarse salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic. I'm going to make sure to cover all of the sides with this, not including the back membrane. Once I get that set, I'm going to follow it up with some Montreal steak seasoning. I love this seasoning. I've had it on steak since I was a kid, and it just has a lot more of a coarse grain. It's got a lot of popping flavors with pepper, red pepper, garlic, onion, some paprika, and it's really going to help with texture and color throughout the day and building the bark that we want on the outside of this. Alright, we are looking pretty good now. All of the rub is applied. We're going to let this rest for a little while we go outside and get the grill fired up. I think that this is going to be excellent tonight for dinner. Alright, so today I'm going to be using my vertical Dynaglow gas smoker again. I have some cherry and hickory wood in the wood chip tray. Water tray is filled and ignition is going. So we're going to go ahead and let this get up to temp while the meat is resting inside and bring it back out in a little while. Alright, the grill is getting up to temp and we are just about ready to toss this on. Alright, we're coming up to about 250 degrees now. We got a nice amount of smoke coming through the top of the grill. I've already touched up a little bit of the seasoning on the short ribs, so we're going to go ahead and open this up, toss them on with the bone side down. Probably not going to look at these for a solid 3 hours this time because we really want to work on concentrating to get a nice amount of bark built up on the outside of the beef. That's why we trimmed off all of the fat on the top so it allows the smoke to penetrate the meat along with the rub. So let's get this open up, toss the ribs on, and get started. Alright, we're going to let this go for about 3 hours without peeking at it at all. really, again, focusing on building up the bark, letting the smoke do its work. We're rolling a little bit higher than usual today. I've got my range set between 250 and 275, and for the beginning of the cook, I'll probably sit a little closer towards 270, 275, and maybe bring it a little lower as we progress throughout. So stick with me. Okay, it's been about 3 hours so far. We're about 10 minutes away. Unfortunately, it has been raining today, and it's supposed to rain all day, so I have an umbrella, but I've been moving back and forth between everything. But I want to get inside and see what everything looks like, and see how the bark's building up and how everything looks. So let's go ahead and take a peek. Oh my goodness, that looks incredible. We're going to go ahead and get a probe in this and let it keep going. Okay, so it's been about a little over 4 hours now. I've dropped the temperature a little bit, sitting around 235. Still have some nice smoke that's coming out. Can't really see it on the camera. But we're going to open this up and take a look at how everything's doing. So in order to make sure that our bark is staying intact, I have a little bit of diluted apple juice with some apple cider vinegar inside of here, and we're going to spray it up. So let's get this open and see what it looks like. Not a race. Don't be in a hurry to get through the cook. Always take your time and do it right. Okay, it's about 174 degrees internal right now. It's been almost 6 hours since we put this on the grill. So I'm going to take a look at it, check its color, give it one more good spray, and I think we might let it cook for a little bit longer before we go ahead and wrap it. So I'm going to open this up and then take a look. Wow, these really look awesome. The bark and color is exactly where we want it to be right now for this point in the cook. You can tell when I tap it, the rub is sticking on, it's not coming off. So we know it's definitely getting there. Let's hit it with a spray. We are back with a local brews, y'all. I am supporting Lincoln's Beard Brewery, local to the Miami area today. And I am drinking this delicious sour ale, fully stocked grocery store. This is made with 400 pounds of locally sourced Redlands guava. And I have to say, this is like just drinking juice. I'm definitely going to kill this entire 4-pack today. Amazing. Alright, the short ribs have reached about 180 degrees, which is where I'm going to wrap them. I have some prepared butcher paper here so that we can render the rest of the fat and allow the bark to continue to stick on the outside and not get too moist and soggy. That is pretty impressive. Come look at this. Alright, so I'm actually going to flip these upside down to wrap them. Back on until we reach about 200 degrees. Cheers. Alright, we have officially reached 200 degrees internal temperature. I'm going to verify, just check in a few spots, poke it up, and then we're going to get it dropped into a cooler, wrapped, and let it just hang out for about maybe 30 minutes to an hour before we dig in and cut into these bones. So, verify, get it into gloves. I'm gonna try and use the same spot that I poked it before. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's like poking soft butter. The meat is incredibly tender. Down the teeth. One more beat. All right. We have let these short ribs rest for an hour. Now we are going to take them out, cut them up, and see what they look like. Still kept it in the metal tray. Oh. All right, time to cut these bad boys up and see how we are doing. Let's see. Oof. It's got some wiggle to it. This is the moment that I have been waiting all day for, and that is the bone pull. I'm gonna still marvel at this bark, but it's just effortless to pull this out right now. The tip of the bone is attached to the bottom membrane just slightly, and I'll pull that off there at the end, but you can see that sucker is clean. I think that says it all, y'all. Whew. Oh, look at that. And you can see that jiggle right there. That is superb. I'm gonna stick that one actually back on top of its bone. Now for the rest of these, I'm going to leave these intact on the bone just so that we can appreciate all of this majestic looking beef. Holy cow! Beef short ribs, y'all. These came out phenomenal. And boom, just like that, we have our beef short ribs. That's going to be a wrap from me, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the second episode of Smoke While You Drink. This has been an awesome cook today with these beef short ribs. I definitely love the flavor, and I know that everyone I shared them with did as well. So hit that like button. If you don't already, please subscribe because video 3 is coming. Please let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see me cook, and I'll do my best to make it happen. I'll see you guys next time.